Hi, I'm Zach Foster, Executive Director of the Mises-Mambí Institute of Cuba, and this is a special update for our donors and future donors. Many of you have generously given to directly fund libertarian activism and emergency relief in both Cuba and Venezuela. You've probably been wondering what the updates are on these incredible people, and you've probably been wondering exactly how we've been spending your money. Well, I'm very proud to be able to give you a full report on everything that the Institute has got going on right now. Let's take a look. Most of you are probably wondering how I got involved with libertarians in Cuba. Well, in February of 2017, 2 libertarians were attending the Mises Cuba book club in Havana. They were arrested by state security for reading the wrong books. They were sentenced in a kangaroo court and sent to a labor prison. Their names are Ubaldo Herrera Hernandez and Manuel Velázquez Licea. The dissident Nelson Rodriguez Chartran down in Havana got on the phone and he called a recent exile who was living in Miami. That man in Miami found me in a Spanish-speaking libertarian group on Facebook. I'm Mexican-American and so I speak Spanish. 6 weeks later, the LNC passed a resolution condemning the Cuban government's arrest of these activists and declaring solidarity with libertarians in Cuba. 17 months later, we have not only the Cuban Libertarian Party, but an auxiliary ANCAP organization, the Cuban Anarcho-Capitalist Movement, and the Institute, with libertarian minds in 6 provinces across Cuba. Not bad considering we started out as just a group of people in one house. You guys know, I have had several members of the American Libertarian Party meet with our Cuban libertarians while they themselves were on business in Cuba. We had them meet face to face in order to verify that everything was on the up and up and that these people are not Nigerian princes. And I'm very proud to report to you, they are not. They are exactly who they say they are. They're our people. Reason magazine published an article on the founding of the Cuban Libertarian Party. The Cuban Libertarians were also covered by InfoWars, by the Ludwig von Mises Institute in Auburn, and on the Tom Woods Show. Some of you have seen the videos we've put out online and now on our website, edited from mobile phone videos shot by Cuban libertarians as they chronicle daily life under the Castro regime. Recent videos have included footage of the Flight 937 crash in Havana, severe flooding across the country, underground flea markets and horse betting in Camagüey province, confrontations with state security agents, and visiting Janet Padron, secretary of the Cuban Libertarian Party, in prison, where she's there as a political prisoner. Now this is where it starts getting expensive really fast. Internet credit, in other words, keeping these people connected with the outside world, costs $21 a pop per person per refill. Then there's the phone credit. That's even more important to keep these people directly in contact with us and in contact with each other. Phone credit costs a minimum of $25 US, and it only gets them about 3.5 hours of talk time, which means it's about $50 per person to get them 7 to 8 hours of talk time per month. And that can get soaked up pretty quickly when you've got to organize with a whole bunch of other party members, when you've got to coordinate with other branches in other provinces, and when you've got to keep calling the United States or calling Mamela or I. Thank you very much for your support so far, and thank you so much for believing in the power of freedom in Cuba and Venezuela. Liberty will prevail behind the Iron Curtain.